This is Two Nerds and a Joke with Robert and Ernie. Hi, Ernie. Hey, Robert.
Thank you, disembodied hot girl voice. This is Two Nerds and a Joke with Robert and Ernie. I am Ernie.
I'm Robert, at least half the time.
At least most of the time.
Most of the time? The other half the time I'm you.
And we're coming at you with a whole bunch of stuff that may bend the fabric of space and time.
Or at least the quantum continuum as we see it.
Is that a Whovian thing?
Yes.
That was me shaking my head.
Yeah.
That was me shaking my head.
I will say this, there is a lot to geek out about. I know that you're excited, and we're not going to have a particular concept of what we're going to talk about in this. This is kind of a rambly one, so if you don't like the rambly ones, turn us off and then turn us back on when you get to a point you like. Because there will be something that you will like at some point.
There's going to be something that you like.
We're going to talk about Ernie being a brony.
I'm not a brony. I just know the names of the ponies and the storylines.
Yes.
I'm not a brony.
So the difference is, of course, he doesn't dress up like one or go to those special sites with the ponies on it on the web. Well, do you?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No, but my daughter has started watching the latest season on Netflix.
Oh, how's that going?
Let me tell you, Netflix has totally changed the way TV's viewed.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think anybody now watches a show as it airs.
Between Netflix, the apps
Hulu,
you can get, Hulu,
Roku,
yeah,
all of the Amazon Prime.
Yeah, absolutely. It changes the whole. It makes it more consumer friendly. And then, what is it that's coming out with the special one? That's just going to be like pay-per-view almost?
CBS?
CBS
is, I forgot what they called it.
Yeah, some special name. But they're the one where they're going to have the Star Trek.
Yeah, the Star Trek show.
That's what we need to talk about.
What?
Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, we can talk about that if you want.
Yeah, we should talk about it at least a little bit. We would like to do, and we're hoping to do a Two Nerds in a Show.
Yes.
We're going to do that, hopefully.
On a side note,
yes,
to anyone who's interested, August 27th in Miami at the Olympic Theater.
Oh, the trilogy?
They're showing the trilogy.
Oh, I started looking at tickets. Damn.
They're expensive.
Damn.
You're paying for it.
Damn.
But it is kind of worth it when you think of the fact that
they're doing all three, right?
They're doing all three, the original three.
Yeah. But which version?
There's the special editions.
Okay.
So they're the edited ones. I know. But they're asking people to come dressed.
Oh.
The 501st May show.
Oh.
And it's probably in one of those theaters that we should save. We need to save these things because my daughter will probably never see these things. I remember them as a kid. Very fancy movie houses that also did plays and shows. Right. So you go in there and you have the balcony and you have all that stuff. It's kind of like, the way movies were like when it was the golden age.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they're trying to save the theater, and I think this will probably save it.
That'd be awesome.
This one event.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, go online. I don't know if it's Fathom Events or not.
Probably, I think it was. That's how I found it. Yeah.
But I thought it was a great idea. Trying to get the GF to go dressed up. She said she would.
Okay. So you're gonna lay down the 120.
I'm gonna do it.
Jesus. All right.
I'm gonna do it.
Go on, you. It's my birthday weekend, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my birthday weekend. So.
Yeah. So August 27th.
So give me a gift. August 29th is my birthday.
August 29th is his birthday. He's already sent out the text. That was interesting.
Wasn't that?
Here's my wish list.
Well, because it makes it easy for everybody. It's like
why don't I just get you a gift that I know that you would like?
That's fine too, but there's some of the people on that list never know what to get me. Like, well, send me a list.
So you're obligating friends that aren't close to you to get you a gift.
The only person I obligated to give a gift was you.
Oh, jeez.
You're the only one. I only sent it to immediate family, and my grandma was like, "I don't want to be on this list. What the heck's going on here?" So funny, it's my poor grandma.
I was just like, what's this going on? Like, I saw one message, then I saw 2 messages, then I saw 7 messages.
He was just supposed to be, I sent a list, and that's it.
I don't
Everybody
know.
Go away now.
That's just wild. Well, you can see
I'm getting a Star Wars tie.
Which one?
From my father.
Which one?
I don't know. He hasn't given it to me yet. It's on my birthday. But he told me he got me a wallet and a Star Wars tie. I hate to say it, but I'm not going to use a wallet, but probably not yet. I my Assassin's Creed wallet. I have to wait for it to die first. I'm obsessed with Assassin's Creed.
You know what my parents told me? If you're going to give a wallet, you have to put a dollar bill or something in it.
You should. Yeah, should. Yeah, I have to tell him he should put a $100 bill in there.
Oh, well.
There you go. Just keep it. But yeah, Assassin's Creed, I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed recently. Very excited about that movie, too, actually.
Yeah, Fassbender
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be. I love. As I just started
I'm
playing.
just not sold on it. I get
Right, but I'm obsessed with the game now. I've been playing the one that takes place in the French Revolution, the newest one, for the PS1. We just got not PS1, no, PS4. The PS4. We just got PS4, and we start playing the French Revolution one. Really cool.
I am holding
really
out
immersive.
for the Boba Fett edition PS4.
Does it exist?
No, it does not exist.
Oh, so you're never gonna get a PS4.
I'm getting
Gotcha.
a PS4 when they
When that
came
happens.
out with a Darth Vader one.
True. To be fair. That's
Why
true.
are you not going to do what the number one selling? It's kind of like Disney not saying no. We're never putting out.
They have to
Steve
come out
McQueen
because they have
or Lightning McQueen.
Like Steve McQueen. That's a different person
Wow.
altogether. They didn't. No, they're not gonna come out with a Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen faded.
No, he's the number one selling IP for Disney.
Lightning McQueen is.
Lightning McQueen.
Really?
Yeah, that's why they keep making these car things.
They
Every time we
stopped.
see.
They stopped making them.
No, there's another one coming.
There's another one coming.
Yes.
Is it Planes 2?
No, it's cars.
Another Cars movie?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a trilogy though.
Yeah.
It was originally supposed to be a trilogy. So that's
And
fair.
they all inhabit the same universe.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's good stuff. I'm not gonna complain. They come out with another
Oh.
Toy Story.
I'll watch it.
I know you will. You'll watch it. You'll cry like a little girl, like we all will. It's how it is.
I'm gonna go take my daughter to see Kubo on Friday.
Really?
I'm gonna do it.
Oh wow. Okay, that's gonna be an interesting one. It's gonna be weird. Hopefully cool.
Every time she sees the commercial and the trailers, she's like, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, there's Kubo, Kubo, look!" And she'll stop and she'll watch it, and then it cuts and she gets all giddy.
She's nerding out. Can't. It's all good. It's all good. You know, I talked to my son. He did not have any interest in Suicide Squad whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah. That's weird, right?
Yeah, I would think that it would appeal to him in some form or
sense,
fashion.
but no. He asked for Batman comics, which I thought was kind of. He just said any Batman comics.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
I just saw some comic book news released. Somebody sold Action Comics #1, which is the first
Superman.
of Superman. Yes. Apparently, there's only so many.
That was in the background of the Batman vs Superman movie, or somewhere, wasn't it?
It was in one of these.
Yeah,
things.
it was in one of the backgrounds. So cool. Hey, look, it's.
And apparently, it wasn't even that good a quality comic book.
Well, at this point, it's from the what? 50s, 40s?
40s.
40s.
Oh, no, 38.
30s. Yeah, that's right. Right.
So, give me a number. How much do you think it sold for?
Oh, God.
It was graded at a 5.5, which isn't even like fine quality.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say 1 million.
You gonna say mil?
I'm going to say mil.
You're very close.
Really?
$950,000.
Damn. All right. That's fair enough. You know,
It doesn't compare to one that was in very good condition that sold for $3 million. That's still the number one.
yeah, of course. Well, oh, you know what I saw recently? Really random, but same concept. Pokemon cards. The original Pokemon cards from back in the day. I actually have one of the cards they showed, and then some of them were worth like $3,000 for these cards.
I'm done with this thing. My God.
Oh, come on, you're talking a comic book. It's the same stuff, just a different nerd.
Oh.
You gotta give nerds their credit. You gotta pay for a freaking
It's-
$1 million for a comic book.
Do you all right.
Come
I would-
on.
Look, even if I
It's a
had the
piece of-
money,
you
I would
gotta
never
look-
buy it.
Right. Oh, you're gonna say,
Well-
oh, this is a piece of cardboard that has a picture on it. Okay, that's some newsprint with some pictures on it. Come on.
Well,
I
I
mean,
take that back. If
what?
I had messing with Robert money,
Messing with Robert money.
I would bring you along just for you to watch me buy it. That's what I would do.
Oh, come on, it's like the freaking action figures.
Yes.
The same nonsense. You
All
go
right,
to
so we go to the unknown,
the big store
the big
that everybody
store
goes
that
to.
goes to
The
everyone.
local store. And you see the wall. Wall of Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, it makes me sad.
It makes me sad. It's like, you can go to it and you're like, had that
Got that one.
Had that one.
Had
Had
that
that
one.
one. Had that one. I love the little Yoda with the little row with his red, orange snake. It just.
Which he didn't have in the movie, but okay.
No, he didn't have a snake in the movie, did he?
No.
Yeah, that's cool though. It's worth like $75 freaking dollars. Who the heck is putting this price on it? It's insane.
It's one of those things where toys were meant to be played with, and I get it. Somebody either found a stash of these things somewhere,
Oh, yeah.
or
You know it's not someone who cared about it because it wouldn't be on sale.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be for sale if someone cared about it.
Exactly.
I wish I had my action figures. I lost mine due to time and error and all that. But I will say this. If you're paying for the memory, it's worth every penny. If you want to reclaim the memory of it, it's worth every penny. But again, it's a
I don't
toy.
know if I had to go back and buy back a toy I had?
Yeah.
Do you think I want to pay premium retail price for that?
No. Well, okay, premium retail price even back in the day was what, $12.50? From when you were a kid, look at prices.
Well, keep in mind then you had the dark times. I would say after Return of Jedi had left and Star Wars kind of left the consciousness, like there was nothing on TV Star Wars. Those things were 99 cents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got some of those comics back in the day. The old comics, dude.
The comics were just hey, if you bought this, I'll throw in a Star Wars comic.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of like that. And
that's where all these people bought it up and said, you know what, someday.
Yeah.
So, well, anyways.
It reminds me of another story. Speaking of crossing over into nerddom, in 1997,
eons ago,
the Florida Marlins. Okay, my dad and I had season tickets. Well, it was really my dad. He bought 2 season tickets, and we both went together. But Gary Sheffield played on that team, and that was also the same team. That was also the same team that went to the World Series.
Right. Yeah.
Guess what his music was when he walked up?
Darth Vader.
It was the Imperial March.
Ah.
And then in the World Series, they never played it. And my dad, when you had season tickets, you were allowed to go on a certain day, stand in line, and buy World Series tickets. And my dad said, and we stood in line, and it was a pretty decent sized line, so screw people who think that Florida doesn't have fans. There were a lot of people there. And we're standing in line, and my dad looks at me and says, so which tickets should we buy? I'm like, Dad, maybe we should buy the odd number ones. He goes, you really think it'll go 7 games? And I go, yeah, I think it'll go 7.
Wow.
And sure enough, it went 7 games. So each game we went to 1, 3, 5, and then 7. I was waiting. There were people in the stands with Darth Vader masks waiting to hear the song, and they never played it. They always played some, whoop, there it is, or some hip-hop song. And I swear to you, he didn't do that well in the series. Like, he had a couple singles, he had a lot of strikeouts. But in Game 7, his first time up at bat, they played his off music. And then it got later in the game, and it was his third at bat, and they put the music on. And I promise you, that whole stadium lit up. I saw lightsabers come out everywhere. So the power of Star Wars, even in the 90s, was still there. It was still relevant.
Oh, it's still relevant. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's definitely one of those things that's always going to be
And I'm just
relevant.
so glad now that my daughter will see a Star Wars movie every year.
Yeah. And it's funny, too, because when that first came out that Disney was going to do that, there's so many, and there still is, critics are like, oh, they're going to do it every year.
It'll be diluted. I can't take that much Luke and Leia and all that.
Oh, screw you. It goes back to it. I mentioned this comment many moons ago. It was, and I forgot the show. It was Dark Matters. It was a weird offshoot sci-fi show. Takes place in the future. These guys are assassins or something. We don't know who they are. They wake up in a ship that's abandoned. They're all were in cryo freeze. They're trying to remember who the heck they were.
I think it's Dark Matter.
Yeah, Dark Matter. There's a scene in there where they're at a space station, some little back of the woods corner place, and they're like, "Hey, they're showing a movie." Really? What are they showing? Oh, it's a classic, Star Wars 33. I was like, yes. Yes, there you go.
Yes, it's a classic, Star Wars 33. I hope it doesn't get to that point, but I know that it will. I'm okay with that.
It will be a Star Wars story.
Yes.
33, if you will. But I don't think the primary line will... I think the primary line will fade. I think it will fade.
The Skywalker line will
fade.
The
Skywalker and the continuation of that storyline will have an end point, per se, but I think it will do a lot of offshoots in other story directions, which is, again, perfectly fine. Expand the universe.
Hey, my daughter, she loves it.
Yeah.
The GF is starting to come around to Star Wars nerdom.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
She knows what a Twi'lek is now.
Yeah. What the hell is a Twi'lek?
It's the really hot chicks with the 2 things coming out of their heads.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's awesome. Yeah, they're cool. Yeah, it's good.
So,
all right, so CW.
So CW.
Now DCW.
Oh yes.
Well, not really, but yeah.
Well, they're owned by Warner Brothers.
They are owned by Warner Brothers, and they have literally everything, and they are awesome.
I like everything on the CW. I know it used to be a joke. It used to be called the Shirtless Boy Network.
Hey, it's he was into the Shirtless Boys for a while, so
But they were good shows. I mean, Arrow, it was too dark for me to get into, but I understood they needed to do Arrow first to introduce the Flash.
Yeah, they didn't have to. They did. It
That was the thing. He was like, I had to come up with a story so that way we could get them to buy into this continuum
genre. And I tell you, the Arrow is soap opera for comic book nerds. It's soap opera.
Yeah, it's the stories. What they call it, the stories. Yeah. Watching my stories.
Yes, watching my stories. And it's good, and it got dark, and it got wishy-washy, and got kind of all over the place, and came back. And I'm watching the season now. I'm almost finished with the last season, season 4. And it's good. It's going well. It's a good season. Because of all the crossovers, because I was trying to catch up on Flash, which I'm almost caught up on.
Oh, Flash.
Yes, and we'll get there in a second. But I caught up on the Flashover episodes, the crossovers.
Run, Barry, run.
Yes, run, Barry, run. I know, that's right. Always a running, right?
Yes.
So they got to... I'm up to the point where I'm starting to see where they're doing the Flashpoint stuff. They're kind of getting there.
Spoilers.
Yes, spoilers. Well, come on, we're always going to do spoilers. We're not spoiler-free. It's like sugar-free. It's like, why? What's the point? The sugar is what you're...
What do you mean, the sugar-free, caffeine-free Diet Coke?
Yeah, it's like, seriously, you're in it for the caffeine and sugar. What else is there? it's like decaf coffee. It's like, what's the point?
I never drank it.
I won't. My grandmother drank that. I know people who drink it to this day. I'm like, why? What's the point? What's the value in it? You really like the flavor that much? You really do? It's not that good. It's pretty nasty. It's for the caffeine and the sugar. What the hell's wrong with you? Anyways.
Like barbecue tofu?
I don't even have words for you anymore.
It exists!
I know! But don't mention such things. But anyways. Flashpoint. I see where it's going. I'm not there yet. I'm at the episode after the... Wally West.
Oh, yeah.
That was freaking awesome. I was like, that's so cute. Now, he's obviously not a speedster yet.
No, not yet.
I don't know if they're going to turn him into a speedster or not. If they're going to...
So you haven't seen the finale of season 2?
No, I haven't.
Oh, my God.
I'm almost there.
Oh, my God.
I'm Wally Westing, and that was a great scene.
Oh, my God.
It's like, hi, I'm your... And he shows up at Christmas. Oh, the Christmas episode. Yes. The one with the... What do they call him? The Joker, the Jester, our boy, Luke.
Trickster.
The Trickster, thank you. I could never think of the guy's name. The Trickster, the weather dude and all that bullshit, whatever. So, I mean, that was just stupid, but funny as hell.
Yeah.
It was a good plan. Send down bombs to everybody's houses. I mean, that's a solid plan. It was pretty solid, I don't believe the science behind what they did. I think that was stupid.
Oh my gosh, dude, are we really at that point?
We are at that point. I'm sorry. I'm... Look, here's my problem with a lot of these things. And it goes back to, like, we had the episode special we just ran on the Suicide Squad last week. It's the same thing. It's gimmicky conclusions for a quick happy ending. What happened to some, like, actual MacGyver type shit? I mean, to go back a day is we had to think through to save the world, and it took some time. Why are we saving the solving of the problem to the last 10 seconds of the freaking episode?
That's the point.
No!
To keep you watching.
So tired of the, oh my God, there's less than a second left and they save the universe. Bullshit. Give me a decent story. I won't have to worry about waiting for the end. I'll enjoy the story. I promise you, if you do the good ending 10 minutes before the end and just have the rest of it be just kind of story wrap-up.
You do realize...
What?
That you're unraveling the whole point of comic book storytelling.
Okay,
you get a whole story in one comic.
When's the last time you read that?
That's the idea.
When's the last time you read a comic book
that had the whole story in one?
Come on.
I have to look back.
Yeah, you have to look way back.
But that was the original idea.
Great.
That was the original idea.
When has that been the true case recently?
Well, it hasn't been in the past 20 years.
It's okay.
Because they realized
Stop
they make
living
more
20
money.
years ago.
They make more money.
Okay, why are the TV shows following the formula occasionally? I'm not saying every one, but
I don't want to be
it's getting formulaic.
But you were a fan of Lost.
I loved Lost because it didn't have a conclusion.
Exactly.
I like a bit of mystery. No. I like a little bit of mystery. I liked the Suicide Squad concept because it had a little mystery to it. Not a lot, but a little bit. Flash, there's no mystery. Arrow, There's no real
There's
mystery.
mystery.
In Flash?
In Flash.
What mystery is there in Flash?
Remember, there's always a few minutes dedicated to the overall season-long story.
Fine. Where's the mystery?
Oh, you
Zoom ain't that cool.
Wait a minute. You haven't finished
Fair enough.
the season.
Fair enough. I mean, there's a big reveal at the end. Fine.
Yes.
I'll live with that.
But spoilers to those of us who have been faithful.
Don't
and
have lives.
watched,
You know.
I have a life.
Oh, really? Yeah, you have so much of a life that we neither of us watched Suicide Squad the opening weekend. That's how much of a life we both have.
That was a tough weekend.
It was a horrible weekend. Anyways, moving forward.
I'm wearing my Suicide Squad shirt now, by the way.
I wore it Monday. I came
after.
back. Yeah, Monday after the weekend I saw it. Right? No.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. I was like, I'm going to wear this shirt. I don't care anymore. I'm just done.
So...
It's a cool shirt, too.
Yeah, it is a
I
cool
almost got the shirt. You almost got the shirt I got.
Yes.
And I was tempted to buy your shirt.
Do not buy my shirt. Do not.
No twinsies?
No. So...
Loyals. Flash.
Season 3.
Season 3.
Everyone rumored about it because Season 2
Yeah.
was looking like...
And I
think
love the
they're gonna
Flashpoint show.
They're going to do Flashpoint. That is... Besides The Killing Joke, which is in its own category. To me, that's art. What they did when we watched the movies, and I watched it at home, art. I thought it was great. Flashpoint comes in second.
Yeah.
Before Flashpoint was first. I mean, they...
Son of Batman? Third?
I was watching Son of Batman this morning.
Yeah.
I was watching it this morning.
Yeah.
The Red Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're crushing it.
Yeah.
Those Warner Brothers animated...
Hands down. Best
Crushing
out there.
it.
Best out there. No but so
they're going to do Flashpoint.
Yeah.
But it's only the first episode.
Only one episode? I knew it was going to be only part of the season. I realized it was only going to be one episode.
But they're going to
like a 2-hour special?
all the Flashpoint points throughout the season.
Okay. What about Batman? In the cartoon, the animated one...
It's not Bruce.
No, it's his father. I get that. I saw Flashpoint, yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
Tom.
there is a Batman-esque character.
That's what people want, but the CW is not saying yes or no.
They have to.
They're not saying it.
I know. But that would be awesome if you had a TV Batman. You know what that could lead to?
Oh, I know.
You know what that could lead to, dude?
You could have
everything. Yes. Now, you're not going to have crossover.
No.
TV and movie universes are going to be separate. Fine.
They call that the DC Extended Universe. Only happens in the movies.
Fine. Whatever. Good.
It's not going to cross over to TV.
Fine. You have Superman. And oh my god.
Supergirl?
Supergirl's fine. Do we talk about Superman yet? Ever?
Which one?
The new one. The TV one. Yeah, we talked about it last episode, right?
We did.
No! But anyways, moving on. I'm glad that Superman exists.
It does have to fit into your narrow-minded view of...
He looks like he's anorexic.
He could be Bizarro. In one episode, we put him in Bizarro.
I'm done with you. He's Superman. He's like meat hanging off the bone Skeletor Superman. He doesn't have to be super...
that bad.
It was pretty bad, dude. It was pretty bad.
It's a young Superman. It's not...
Okay, young or not young, I go to every Superman ever shown, and not all of them were exceptionally buff. Smallville included. He didn't look like he was anorexic dieting. Like a Skeletor on drugs.
You hate it.
I hate him.
You hate it.
I hate him. I love the idea that Superman exists in the
Why
TV
can't you
universe.
just take that?
I'm taking that, but with a huge
Why do you
chunk.
have to-
one of those dead sea salt chunks of salt.
You're one of those critics from insert star ledger here. The reasons why I hate DC movies.
No. I just don't like some of their decisions. I don't hate the movies. There are certain pieces, certain little granulars that I do pick up on. Flash is one of them. Not the TV show, in the movie.
To me, they can't do anything wrong in this Flash TV show.
No, the TV show is awesome. The TV show is fantastic.
And I heard they're doing the musical.
Flash the musical?
Flash and Supergirl.
Musical?
Yeah.
It's a musical episode or a musical? Oh, okay. Really?
Yes. Joss Whedon is going to direct it.
Oh.
Remember, all those people were on Glee and all those other singing shows.
That's interesting. They did that, I don't remember the show, Scrubs.
Yes, they did.
They did a musical episode in there.
What was another one that they did as a musical too?
They've done a few. They did a few TV shows. They did one musical episode. I wonder what their excuse is going to be. There's got to be a villain who does it or something, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there's
guess.
always something. Some reason why they're singing.
I heard the Mirror Master is going to be in it.
Mirror Master. I don't know that one.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Okay. I have no idea of that villain, but so they bring Batman in.
Well,
if they bring Batman into Flashpoint.
The only thing they have released is that yes, season 3 is going to be Flashpoint because they've heard the outwelling of please somebody do Flashpoint,
which I think is fantastic that they're listening to their audience. I think that's so crucial.
Yeah.
So many times movie makers and all these other people don't listen to their audiences and just go with what they think should work, and it just doesn't work because they aren't listening. And so there's an article that's talking about how the formulas that usually work don't work because people are tired of the same old shit.
Yeah.
Get some new stuff. It's like the poor Pete's Dragon movie.
I
mean, it's just sad.
There's only so many things you can make live action.
And there's and it was already live action, technically speaking, but it's not the point. That wasn't the point of the movie. And people, and these modern guys who are going back there, and there's like 20 of them easily, that they're remaking all these old movies.
Jungle Book.
Okay, that's been killed to death. Let's not do another Jungle Book ever. I'll be fine.
I
don't mind the story. It's a good story.
Well, here's the thing. The Disney story is cool,
yes.
But the book ended a different way.
Yes, I know.
How'd the book end?
Oh, God.
You want me to tell you?
I forgot. Yeah, I've read it 20 years ago.
So, the elephant. Remember, the forgetful elephant?
Yeah.
Well, he was mad at man because of what happened to him. He was pushed into a tiger pit. And the tiger pits had the spears. Mm-hmm. That's what scarred him up, so he hated humans for that. So when they discovered that humans were encroaching into their territory, he basically rounded up all the elephants and went into the village and killed all the humans there.
Huh.
That's how that book ended.
In the first
Rudyard Kipling.
No, I know Rudyard Kipling, but I thought there was more than one Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. He did like a part 2 type thing.
I never saw the part 2.
Yeah, I thought there was. There was a second book.
But yeah.
But that's interesting. I didn't know that. Huh. That's interesting. I liked the movie. I liked the new Jungle Book. I did not like the kid.
You didn't like Mowgli?
No, I didn't like Mowgli in this one. Not a particular fan. I loved all the fake things. Oh, I loved all the stuff that wasn't actually there.
Yeah.
But I didn't like Mowgli. I love the fact, and you saw it, right?
Yeah.
I love the fact that you have Bill Murray singing.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Yeah, it was awesome.
I thought it was great.
And they did the orangutan, which is who played the
Christopher
orangutan?
Walken.
Christopher Walken singing.
Yes.
That was fantastic. You can't go wrong with Christopher Walken.
The most imitated voice ever.
Oh yeah. But again, they're looking at doing like the Honey I Shrunk the Audience or Honey I Shrunk the Kids. They're looking at doing Neverending Story. I mean, it's like war games. It's a whole bunch. They're all talking.
Well, I told you
about
about Splash.
I don't care about. I didn't care.
Channing Tatum is going to be the mermaid.
I didn't care about Splash when it first came out.
I liked Splash.
Wasn't Splash with the blonde chick, right?
Yes, Daryl Hannah. And Tom Hanks and John Candy.
Yeah. I don't remember that movie very well, but
John Candy killed it.
Yeah.
Killed it in that movie.
I haven't seen that movie in decades.
At the beginning, he drops the change on the floor, and he's looking up the ladies' dresses.
Yeah. What was he, a salesman of what, beds or something stupid?
No, they owned the family business. They both ran it.
Yeah, what was it though? They sold something stupid. It wasn't cars. It was
I thought it was food. Did they export food or something?
Maybe.
Like nuts?
Something really
pistachios?
Weird. Something weird. Yeah, I don't remember anymore. But I mean, it's like
and they had the secretary that got struck by lightning, and she wore her underwear on the outside.
Super. Oh man, but it sucks because there's these good movies that are classics, and they're trying to bring them in for modern age. I understand that. Some of them could do with a remake. Like for example, Neverending Story. Neverending Story is a piece of art. You do not touch the Neverending Story. I love that story. Again, maybe not your cup of tea, but it falls into the same category as Dark Crystal, Princess Bride, Labyrinth.
You're treading on dangerous water.
Those are except I don't like the ending of Labyrinth. I hate the ending of Labyrinth. So
you can't redo Labyrinth. You can't redo Princess Bride.
And you can't redo the Dark Crystal.
You can't redo because
you can't do it. It would be sacrilege. And you can't do the Neverending Story. It's the same group. It's the same concept. It's the same thing. The horse dies in the pit and you cry.
Well, yeah, I did cry. When
come on. You're going to redo that shit? You can't do that. That's awful. Now, they do the second one, the second piece of trash, or the third one. Redo those things, I would go see them. Because there is more to the story than the first movie gives. And that's fine. It's supposed to be. The book was in 2 parts. I would be okay with a redo of part 2.
So you're not talking about... You're talking about a reboot. You're talking about a J.J. Abrams, I'm going to go back and reboot Star Trek. But I'm going to start Star Trek and I'm going to forget one ever existed and I'm going to start with 2.
No, well, sort of, but I would definitely pull off 1. I would say I would reference 1. The same characters, bring the characters back, but make it the continuation of the story.
I don't think it's a good idea.
I don't think it's ever going to happen. I don't think anybody who's in their right mind would do it. I think it's just stupid. But I would pay to see it.
So back to CW.
That's CW, fine, full circle.
Full circle. Flash, season 3.
Yes.
Flashpoint Paradox.
Yes.
1 episode. And then they...
Ridiculous. And Legends of Tomorrow, where is that?
They renewed. They got another season.
Did they really?
Yes.
Good for them. I haven't finished watching the first one yet.
That was tough.
It was a tough watch, dude.
It was tough.
They did defeat the bad guy at the end, though, right? Or did you even finish watching it?
They killed him.
They killed him. Yes. Okay, how'd they kill him? The sword, right?
They shot him.
They shot him?
He became mortal.
Oh, okay. How?
I'm trying to remember the episode.
That's fine. I'll watch it.
It was a good way to end it. Yeah.
Okay. But how do you bring those characters all together for any other purpose? Can you? I mean, is there enough of a reason there?
They got renewed for a second season. Now
see what they do. They see who they have. Because, I mean, I'm sorry.
They made irrelevant characters relevant.
Which is not a bad thing. But I don't want to see more Mr. Frost be wishy-washy. The Frost gun dude.
Captain Cold.
Captain Cold. Him be wishy-washy. He's a wishy-washy bad guy at best anyways. He's a wishy-washy good guy at best.
They call them anti-heroes.
He's not an anti-hero. He's not.
He's a thief. He's just pulled along into this...
he's a bad thief at best, and he's a bad good guy at best.
Remember,
he's really kind of like neutral. If you have gray as your color palette, that's him. He's great.
A C-level foe for
he's
Flash.
An F-level flow. Give me C-level bullcrap.
He's C-level.
He sucks. It's like, and he's a good actor, and he plays the part well, but it's like really... Ugh. I'd rather have King Shark come back and be a hero.
Oh, that's great F.
Yeah. But here's my thing. I'd be more frightened of King Shark than I would frickin' be of little guy with a gun.
What about Gorilla Grodd?
He's more intimidating to me than frickin' Flash Freeze Point dude. I mean, I don't have any threats of him. The Grodd at least is huge, is smart, and is trying to it's a motivation for me. What is motivating a villain to be a villain? Or an anti-hero to be an anti-hero? Captain Cold doesn't care either way. If there's money involved, he'll do it. It's useless. It's like he's a very bad version of Deadpool. But at least Deadpool's funny, so you want to watch him be stupid and kill things for no good reason. There's no moral purpose to Deadpool.
Punisher.
Punisher? But Punisher has a moral view.
You watching Daredevil?
I'm watching 3. I watched 2. It's fantastic.
How about will you watch the Punisher standalone? That same actor.
Here's my problem, and we've said this before. A lot of those characters can't really carry a show by themselves. I don't think Punisher could carry it by himself. He'd have to be Silver Sable, bring her in.
Okay.
You'd have to bring in... You're tempting here fates. Because you go into that list of who Punisher hangs out with, you get into some A-level stuff.
Well...
Are you going that direction?
Here's the thing. You get into the Defenders.
But the Defenders, if you take on the Defenders...
Which is what he's supposed to do.
Which is what he's supposed to do. Which, if he's ensemble, that's a group that is ensemble. You can have Jessica Jones, Punisher, Nick Cage, Luke Cage, whatever, and can
I just say one thing about the Luke Cage?
Yes.
You know how big I've been on it, right?
Yes, you've been pretty large on. Go ahead.
Luke Cage.
Yeah, and
I think that's the baddest trailer.
He does use a car door as a shield.
And ODB.
Yeah, well, you can't go wrong with ODB. Yeah,
Come on.
You know me, you know.
He likes it raw. He rips the car door off the Suburban.
And you know how he treated Jessica Jones. He does like it raw.
Oh my gosh. So he goes through there, and I mean, he lays waste
Best
to this
superhero
crap.
sex ever.
Well, you know, the other thing is, what I find interesting is, if you were to think of this ever occurring in the real world, and you suddenly discover that you're,
right.
bulletproof and you're super strong and indestructible.
Right. Well, impenetrable, basically.
And you know what?
Like, thankfully, he's not a woman, right?
Hey, you want me to fight bad guys? Shoot, I'm not doing nothing unless I get paid for it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's what I like about the Daredevil shows, because it is a Daredevil show.
Yes.
He's launched all of this.
Yes.
Very, very based in real world.
Yes.
Very real world, more so than even what Flash is doing and
Yes.
Arrow is doing. Very gritty, real world, dark, story driven concept.
And these are
there
areas
are no
that exist. They're saying this is Harlem. This is Hell's Kitchen.
Yes.
This is,
and on top of it, the stories are overarching stories. They are not villain of the week stories. You watch the season because it's one story. And that goes back to that thing we were just talking about, the comic books thing. I don't mind a story that hasn't had to finish in one episode. If it's overarching, bring it together, but make it useful. And you have the Punisher come in, you have Jessica come in, and it fits naturally. You don't have to shove it in. You don't have to force it. Now, I'm interested in the Iron Fist.
yes.
I saw the trailer for
The guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's...
So you have a white dude that goes over to China, learns mysticism better than they know it, and then brings it back here.
I'm not sure he learns it better or if he gets some sort of special amulet or something that helps him get there, I thought.
My question is, does he wear the costume like the comics?
I think he does. I think they're going to do that.
The gray... I mean, the yellow...
Yellow... Oh, that was horrible.
I want him wearing that.
That's an awful costume.
Hey, so's Luke Cage's costume from in the comic books. It was awful, too.
It was just a black suit, though, wasn't it?
No.
With a V-neck?
No.
No? I don't remember Luke... his was the stupid helmet.
He had a metal headband.
Yeah.
And he also had a poofy shirt.
Right. But, again, I think if they keep it real world like they're doing, keep it real world. I don't think
I like Luke Cage in the gray hoodie.
Yeah, I think he's cool.
That was awesome.
That was a great shot. That was great footage. I think they're doing it really well.
Yes.
Jessica Jones,
yes.
They're going to bring her back in an episode, in a show. I think she was a great character, very down to earth.
I thought Kilgrave was probably the best Marvel villain they could have come up with.
Oh, yeah, he's a great villain. He's a perfect villain for her.
Just like the best villain was Cap, Winter Soldier, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was the best villain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. And I think the best thing here is that if you're going to bring Jessica Jones, and this is very serious, is there needs to be more sex scenes with her and Cage. There just needs to be. I mean, hell, they're breaking shit. They're going. I mean, that's just. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me.
It was a good show.
It was a good show. It was.
I watched it. Yeah. I watched Daredevil.
Yeah.
I like.
Love the trailer for that. Well, teaser trailer, really.
Teaser now.
Yeah, it's just a teaser. I'm hoping they come out with some real trailers though for it. I want to know what's it going to be. I mean, it seems like they're bringing back Mr. Fisk, which that actor. That's Mr. Fisk.
Oh yeah, you can't. You casted it perfect.
Oh, it's a great actor for it. I like the African American Fisk they had in the movie. That was good too. It was well done. He was good at it. But this guy's like, this is Fisk.
Yeah.
This is good. And I like his style. Now the girl died, right? His fiance, wife, whatever she was.
Yes.
So he's coming back hardcore.
Yes.
And so he's really the villain here.
Yes.
So is he gonna have henchmen? Is he taking on the Daredevil himself? How are we doing this? Is he aligning with a group? And where is...
I think you're going to see another villain group coming.
Yeah, because I'm thinking you have to have the Defenders for a reason.
Yes.
You have a reason to pull them together.
Defenders, jeez.
Right?
Would you ever have thought...
Never that group.
Would you... I mean, think about it. Would you have ever thought we'd be talking about a Defenders TV show?
No, never.
Netflix. Thank you,
yes,
Netflix.
Thank you, Netflix. Truly a huge fan.
Also, another thing that I felt on Netflix, Stranger Things.
Jesus. Yeah, I knew this was coming.
Yeah, you knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming.
I watched all 8 episodes.
I
binge watched them.
I'll watch the rest of them just to catch up with you, but I am not a fan. Look, for a period quasi-horror suspense TV show, very well done.
Goonies meets the X-Files.
I've heard that before. I don't know if you said it or
I think I said it.
Okay. No, I think I've seen it somewhere else too.
Probably, because that's the theme I get from it.
It's good. It's a good show. I'm not going to diss the show, just not my cup of tea. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of it.
Well, you didn't grow up in that time. I was that age.
You were that age, right. because Ernie is significantly older than I am.
Oh my God, significantly. So the show takes place 1983 in Indiana.
Right, and again, you had to be from the Midwest in that time frame, or some suburban area.
I grew up on military bases. That was my life.
Right.
So military bases, we all hung out together.
Right.
We would go to each other's houses, and yes, Dungeons and Dragons was one of the games that.
Oh, that was so cool. Oh yeah, that was so cool. Yeah, that they had that there. That was awesome.
Yeah.
D&D.
And then you see the throwbacks, like you see people smoking indoors. You see the old style telephones that you had to go to. A special store in town to get a telephone. Yeah. You just couldn't go anywhere and get a telephone.
Right. And and having, what's her name? I can't think of her name now. Sort of
Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder. Having her be the mom.
Yes, of teenage.
Oh.
She looks older.
She looks so old. I don't know if it's makeup or she's actually gotten that old.
She's that old. And a little bit of makeup. They made her look like she was tired and worn out.
But Winona Ryder, I mean, I loved her as an actress. I still love her.
Think of the body of work she's been in.
They're talking about making another Beetlejuice.
Oh.
If she's in it, I watch it. If it's continuing the story.
Do you think Tim Burton will actually sign off and say, yes, please, go ahead. Redo my vision?
No. I'm talking, I would see a continuation of his vision.
They wanted to do Beetlejuice 2, but it fell through.
Right.
Remember, you never finished that documentary on why Superman lives.
Yeah, Superman lives never happened. Yeah, I never did finish that.
Oh, that is such a good watch.
We watched like 3/4 of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to finish it. I had to finish that. It's on the list.
Good documentary.
Yeah, it was great when I saw of it. Yeah. But yeah, Beetlejuice 2, they do a Beetlejuice 2. Not a remake of the original Beetlejuice, but a Beetlejuice 2 with her as an adult. She's old enough to be an adult, have her own kids. Beetlejuice comes back, does his Beetlejuice thing. How are you going to get
Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis back?
Why do you need them?
Because they were part of Beetlejuice 1.
So new house. Okay, you're following the daughter, you're not following her life. You're not following the house, you're following the daughter, is what I'm saying. But she was the daughter, yes? No?
Yes, she was the daughter that could see...
Right. You're following her. Maybe there's more to Beetlejuice's universe than just Beetlejuice. He happened to be the carrier between the worlds. You'd have to have someone be a new Beetlejuice because what's his name is not...
Michael Keaton?
Michael Keaton's not really around.
He's around. He's just turning down roles.
Yeah. Would he? You think he'd turn down Beetlejuice too?
I think he would.
Really? To recast a role that he played?
Nothing. Unless he said, there's no way you can get me back, and they said, name your price, give me your ridiculous number, and they paid him the ridiculous number.
And he gets to be with Winona Ryder.
I don't think that's a good sell.
They play off each other. Okay, is it any better than the concept of doing a Drop Dead Fred 2? Or a remake? You remember that movie?
I remember
Wasn't that where Winona Ryder 2? No, it wasn't.
No.
It was just someone that looked like her.
Yeah.
I got that as a free movie in a pizza box. Did you remember there was a brief period of time back in the 90s where Domino's or Papa John's... No, not Papa John's. Domino's Pizza Hut. You got a movie with your
pizza.
Yes, and they were horrible movies.
Yes.
Drop Dead Fred was the movie I got. And that's when I watched Drop Dead Fred.
I forgot which one I got.
That was an awful movie.
That was back when DVDs first started coming out.
Right, yeah.
And that was like a big
gimmick.
A free DVD.
Yeah, exactly.
DVDs didn't last that long.
No. They're still around.
But they didn't last that long. Like, tapes lasted longer.
Well, DVDs are still out there. You can go to the...
Yeah, but think about the height and the time
that
they stayed at the top.
Yeah, I mean, because you got Blu-rays, and you got digital, and you got streaming.
Well, now,
it's all over the place.
Everyone would rather have digital now, which I don't know. There's some things I still would want to buy the disc for.
Well, and here's the thing. If you own the disc, and you don't have it streaming, so if you own it digitally, or you own the disc, or even if you just own the disc, you can get a portable DVD player and some batteries, and be able to watch that shit. If you lose power... You're not going to be able to watch your computer or your iPad and your charging stuff. Batteries are going to be able to be gotten a lot easier, and you can do a portable DVD.
So you're talking about the zombie apocalypse is what you're talking about?
Close to it. Hurricane.
All right, a little closer to
hurricane apocalypse, okay? Right. More realistic.
Sharknado 4.
Oh, God.
The Fourth Awakens.
Is that what they call it?
Yes.
I saw it on Netflix.
I hated the fact that they evoked...
Did you watch it?
Star Wars, no.
Okay.
I'm fighting the urge to watch it.
Good, don't watch it. You watched the other 3, didn't you?
I've watched all 3.
You stupid bastard.
I can't... Dude, I was on board for the first one before it became hip.
You're so wrong. So many levels of wrong.
there are some things on sci-fi that are good, that they're just dreadful. Like, you just switch off the brain and you're like, okay, this is definitely made.
You know what I wish was better?
Sci-fi.
You know what I wish was better? Their version of Alice in Wonderland. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
And that was so close to being good. So close to being actually good. And
because they treated it serious.
Right. And it was
and
horrible.
they couldn't get advertising for it.
And they couldn't get it to be a good movie. It was just so good.
Stranger Things.
No, Stranger Things, fine.
So you have Matthew Modine.
It's fine.
Who plays the evil bad guy, so to speak. Like, he's the shadowy figure.
Yeah. That's where the X-Files thing is. That's why I was never a big X-Files person either, so it kind of goes along with it.
So, like, you have, like, each episode plays into the
love the little
overall
girl.
Story. Elle?
Yeah, Elle.
Yeah.
I love her. The actress that does her, she's really good job.
She sold it. Oh my gosh, it is so great. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it.
Oh, spoil it. I don't care.
So, essentially they come to realize that there are two dimensions in this world of storytelling.
Okay.
There are two dimensions. And in this other dimension, it's essentially this world, except everything's in reverse.
Okay.
So it's dark, it's like oppressive, and there's these creatures that basically inhabit this other dimension. And they essentially have no face. They're essentially just a mouth, and they're basically they're beasts. You don't understand why they do what they do. Nobody explains it, but they're part of this other dimension. And when the government was trying to figure out a way to combat Russia, they accidentally tore open a wall into this other dimension, and it kind of rifted the two, which brought over this creature. And they realized that 11 had psychic powers that they couldn't control, but they knew that she was powerful enough to get rid of this thing. But she escaped. The creature escaped. The creature started making...
Yeah, but okay, so explain to me then why they tortured the poor girl. Locking her in closets and...
They were trying to get her to unlock her full potential so that way she could be a weapon.
Yeah, it seems like a stupid way of doing it. But
it was a Cold War.
Yeah, it's a stupid way of doing it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You build a weapon, that's fine, but you build a weapon in a weaponizing way, not by torturing it and putting it in a hole.
Well, keep in mind, she thought that's just the way life was for her. So she was doing...
And then her father was doing it?
Well, she called him...
Okay. He's not really.
No.
So is she an experiment, or does she actually have actual parents?
She actually has a mother that you actually see who went crazy, and they kind of like made her go psychotic because she was basically a test subject, and they gave her drugs. How
far along is this revealed? Like episode 8?
No, it comes along pretty quick.
Really? Because I'm up the one with the girl with the big tall redhead is sucked into the pool or whatever it is.
Okay, so you're one episode away from getting all this.
Oh, okay. So maybe I'll
it only 8 episodes, and in the 8th episode, they finally they finally get Elle back to that lab where they try to get their friend Will. The sheriff.
So he's still missing by the end of it.
Oh yeah, the sheriff. Everybody's there. They understand what the hell's going on. They understand where Will is and where the other girl is.
So Will's in the other universe.
He's in the other dimension. Yes.
Can you survive in the other dimension, though?
Yes, you can.
Really?
But it's a very hard way to survive.
I say these monsters eat people,
and it's dark. Everywhere is dark.
So is there? So it's not the opposite of us in that there's humans there.
Correct.
It's just another dimension. It's
Correct.
a dark dimension.
Dark dimension, yes.
Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean the opposite. It just is a different dimension. It's not like you're going to meet the opposite of yourself.
They call it the
not
upside,
like Earth 2.
They call it the upside down world.
Okay.
Is what they refer to it as.
It's another dimension. Again, and by the way, sci-fi nerd fans, comic book fans, because it's another dimension doesn't mean it's the exact as this dimension. It's like it's not Earth 2 all the time, okay? That works for Flash, but not for everything. Other dimensions are other dimensions. They're just that. Anyways.
So, then you have like a lot of stories playing out, but the overall thing is that they want to find Will.
Right.
And Elle essentially, basically, she comes to the rescue of her friend, Mark.
Okay.
And they're basically cornered. All of them are cornered by this beast. They finally, we're going to take out this beast, and the beast confronts them, and she comes in, and she just basically lays waste, but then she realizes that in order to save her friends, she has to sacrifice herself. So she sacrifices herself to go to the other dimension to close the door.
Hmm.
But in the end of episode 8, the sheriff basically goes out into the middle of the woods and leaves like Eggo waffles and like some food in hopes that she's finds her way out and comes back through the
so maybe that's season 2 is what they'll... If they get a season 2.
They get a season 2.
You know what it reminds me of? And it doesn't really remind me, but it reminds me of Under the Dome. Do you remember that show?
I remember that show, yeah.
And they never did a second. They
No.
They canceled it.
They canceled it.
So it never got an ending.
No.
And I would hate that to happen. And that's the worst thing ever, when you don't get a proper ending. And that reminds me, I want to watch or find the Serenity... Not Serenity. The other one that's like Serenity. Farscape movie.
Yes.
The made for TV movie.
Made for TV movie.
Yeah, because that's the closer and ending of that,
Right.
which I want to see, and explain how they survived and had a happy ever after. They deserved a happily ever after, for God's sake.
After all that they went through.
Well, I'm saying, and that's the thing. I don't mind a happily ever after, but you better damn deserve it.
Yeah.
You get a happy ever after because it's the best thing. No, I'm sorry, that's just bullshit. Get a happy after because you actually deserve it.
But yeah, I watched Stranger Things. I thought it was well casted. Like everyone was dressed appropriately. And you're right, it's not going to be for everyone. I think it's going to be for that select group.
Very good for what it was, though.
Yes.
I will give it that. Very well done.
And if you think you're going to watch cutting edge, special effects, you're not going to get that.
But it's not bad special effects either. They can keep it low key, but it's good. It's good for
It's a lot more makeup. It's a lot more practical effects.
Yeah, which is fine. I'm not against it. I think as a concept, it's a great idea. I think it's a great piece. I think it's greatly laid out, and a lot of fans of it. Just not a huge fan of it, just from the genre of it. But I'm probably will finish watching it, though, just to at least have that under my belt.
The other thing, excuse me.
I think that's our cue.
Yeah, that's our cue. Sorry. This is a very late podcast.
Very late.
But we do this out of the love for our fans.
We do. And that's really what it's about.
The other thing I noticed is lately what's been coming out is with Star Wars.
Mm.
And
right, yeah.
Yeah, you have Rogue One, which I was underwhelmed with the Comic-Con, Celebration trailer.
I like the Celebration trailer, though. You're talking the one after that. You're talking trailer 2.
Yes.
The official trailer 2.
Yes.
The special event con, the Celebration trailer was actually really good. With the faces of Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, that one
That was really good.
I'm talking
the second trailer, the second official trailer, that was a disappointment. Except for Darth Vader at the end.
Yes,
spoilers. Please, it's a freaking trailer. God's sake. Which is, again, 2 seconds. I'm like, you could have given us a hair more, for God's sake. Give me a little more.
I actually... Alright, so I showed the GF the trailer, and she goes, okay, it looks good. And I'm like, but I could tell you're not sold. So I had to play the original opening crawl of the theatrical Star Wars release.
So you know where she knows context.
Yes.
It's a great filler story that I think could be really cool.
And it's the opening crawl of the first Star Wars movie.
Right.
That's what Rogue One is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's really
it's
cool.
A time of upheaval in the universe. The rebellion is, winning some battles here. They're getting pursued by the Empire. The Empire's tightening their hold on the systems, and you can see it. Like you see the Star Destroyer hovering over the city. You see the Imperial shuttle going up to it.
No, there's some great stuff. I mean, and the Asian dude with the stick,
Jim something, right?
Yeah, I mean, the fiance
He's blind.
She's all over that. She loves him being
because
kick-ass.
He's not a Jedi, but he knows the ways of the Force.
Force sensitive.
Yes,
that's what they call them. Force sensitives.
And then you have the other character, Saw.
Oh, the black dude, Forrest Whitaker?
Forrest Whitaker's character. Which is probably
I don't know what he is.
The best, but he's from the Clone Wars.
Oh.
He's actually a George Lucas created character.
Oh, and I'm all over that.
He's one of the ones he could never get him into the original trilogy. He could never get him into the prequels, but he got him into Clone Wars and in Rebels. Dear God, my man, I'm going to revoke your Star Wars card now if you don't start watching Rebels.
I've heard. I saw the trailer for the new season, too.
Oh, my God. Even my daughter.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know
Rebels.
it's good. It's on a long list. That's the problem. There's so many different things going on. That's season 2, right?
They only have 2 seasons. They haven't started 3 yet.
Yeah. Okay. So there's 2 out. And there, how many episodes each?
10.
The problem is finding a source to watch it. Because the one source I have, it takes forever to do. It's setup time. You don't own it. You should own it on the disc.
I should buy them. They're that good.
I'll pay for it. I don't know. I'll chip in.
They let me tell you, the writing and the cast of stories that they pull. And for me, what I've noticed now is that, and I don't know if I'm guilty of it or not, but now that Star Wars is becoming more mainstream, the problem is that people are suddenly qualifying themselves as
experts.
You're not a real fan if you like blah movie. No. You're not a real fan if
so elitist is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Nerd elitist. Don't be a nerd elitist. Nobody likes a nerd elitist.
You know, some people are saying, the only Star Wars movie I've seen is The Force Awakens. Well, you're not really a fan then.
Okay. Do you like Star Wars? Yes. Okay, you're a fan. Shut up.
Yeah. So
now, there's a difference between being a new fan who likes one thing and being a bandwagoner. There is a subtle difference between the two. A bandwagoner will see the movie because
it's what's in vogue.
It's what's in vogue. Versus someone who's like, let me see it. Somebody's like, I really do enjoy this. This is a good movie. And maybe dressing up and say, I like to dress as that character. Okay, fine.
Like me, I am a fan of science fiction.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're a Star Wars freak. I mean, you are.
I am.
You are. You're
admittedly, I am a full-blown, yeah. I'm in on Star Wars.
You're in. And I like Star Wars. I enjoy Star Wars. But I'm not a freak about it. I enjoy the movies. I enjoy talking about it.
But I've had more exposure to Star Trek.
Right. Which, great segue. Kind of like the vehicle.
Yeah.
Star Trek. Star Trek Beyond. Now, the concept of what we wanted to do, and this is the concept for the 2 Nerds in a Show, which we hopefully will get launched sometime this week, is going to be Star Trek Beyond is what we're going to talk about during the original Star Trek episode. And I don't remember the name of the episode, but it's like the 3rd or 4th episode in the 1st season, I think. And it's the one where Sulu is half naked, running around the ship with a sword.
Yes.
So that's the one we're going to do. That's going to be a great thing, but we can't keep going forever here, Ernie. We just can't, as much as we'd want to.
I'm trying to think, did I cover everything I wanted to talk about?
I don't know, you tell me. I covered everything I did, so I'm good.
I just think now the way things are coming at us, like, there's so many things I want to do nerd-wise. Like, I want to go see 12 hours of Star Wars in a theater with, like, 800 other people, all dressed in Star Wars costumes.
No, that's great. There's so many events and so many things going on.
I want to see the Planet of the Apes, the original Planet of the Apes showing that Fathom's putting on. Yeah. I wanted to see that. I want to get my comic books together, after we cracked open those.
Did you need more?
No, actually, that's
sleeves?
good. I got to bring those sleeves home.
Okay.
No, I just find that now it's nerd overload.
It is. It's a lot.
And Star Wars celebrations. You got these events.
And going to the actual opening event of Star Wars at
yeah,
Disney?
when they open Star Wars Land.
Help us all.
I don't know. I'd lose my stuff. I will lose.
And the problem is you have to figure out priorities. You can't do everything.
No.
You just can't. Financially, time-wise, life-wise.
Yeah.
You've got to prioritize to some extent and say, okay, look, I'm a nerd. I love my stuff. But you can't revoke my card if I don't do this. Or I don't see that. I'll see it when I have time to see it. I want to see it. None of my... Again, a perfect example is Suicide Squad. We talked about it a little bit when we did the special. We just couldn't do it. We wanted to. We tried to desperately. We ended up it was just one of those weekends. It's just one of those things. You have kids, you have family, you have lives.
Yeah.
That's the biggest challenge. Unless you're 21 years old with a crap job, with no reason to use any money for anything else but seeing movies and doing shit. You're out of luck. You're out of luck.
Yeah, I mean...
That's who it's for, and we're like...
And that's the thing, like...
You feel like an old fogey.
And think about it, like, if I go back to when I was 21, that's 1995. All right?
This wasn't there.
Even Comic-Con wasn't really there.
No.
30,000, 40,000 people showing up to look at, comic book artists, maybe some artists there selling stuff.
That didn't exist?
No. Now?
Sure, of course.
Oh, are you kidding me? When I saw the live video feeds of San Diego...
Oh, God.
You don't understand how much I question myself on, what am I doing here? Why am I not there? What did I do wrong?
To not be there.
I love this stuff this much. Why am I not there?
We talked about how much it would cost to actually do that trip. To actually fund that trip. To get out there. It's not that bad. Was it you? I was looking at tickets.
We were talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, but do we actually? Because I physically looked up the price of tickets.
Yes, you did.
Okay, that was with us. Okay, it's like $200.
Yeah.
We gotta be able to do it. Gotta.
The other thing is like, I think about it like there's some things I wanted to do before we scuttle off this existence. One of them was to see all 3 Star Wars in a row in a movie theater. Like,
was that on your bucket list? It's a weird bucket list, dude. I'm just putting that out there.
Look, it's one of those things that you gotta see. Like, I've done the home marathon.
No, of course.
Like,
yeah. Who hasn't? It's like doing a Lord of the Rings marathon.
Lord of the Rings
You've
marathon.
done it
I've done it also.
Yeah. You don't fall asleep.
Somebody a while back, I think it was before...
We did all 7 movie marathon one weekend. Me and the kids.
There you go. Yeah.
We've done that once. But again, a home marathon.
Yeah. I think somebody said that when they did the midnight showing for, I want to say, Avengers 2, they showed all the Marvel movies that led up to Avengers.
Really?
Yes. It was like
sweet.
It was like 18 hours. But like he admitted he took a nap like during the Hulk. Like he fell asleep.
The Hulk.
Because it was that long. Like they showed all the movies in the Marvel universe.
You mean like the original version of Hulk?
Like like you had it started off with Iron Man.
Yeah.
And then it came Iron Man 2, and then it was I forgot what other movie came next. It was the continuity to get to the Avengers 2. So the Hulk was one of them, and he was like, dude, I was in hour 6 or 7. I need to take a nap. And he took a nap during the Hulk.
Nice.
So, like, for me, like, seeing the original trilogy in the movies, what I would ultimately want to see, give me the original theatrical run of Star Wars.
I wish Disney would do that.
Disney I don't think Lucas would let it happen.
Oh, at this point, he doesn't own the rights anymore.
He owns the first one.
The first one?
Yes.
Not the first 3?
No.
One was fine. The change they made to 1 was okay, except for the Luke and...
I mean, the original... If you go onto YouTube, and fans, you can do this as well, look up Opening Crawl original 77 theatrical release. It is completely different. It is the way I remember it as a kid. It doesn't say Episode 4. It doesn't say A New Hope. It just starts with the crawl. And even the Lucasfilm logo looks different. It just says Lucasfilm in green. That's it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that to me, to see that movie in the theater as it was originally done, I want to see that. San Diego Comic-Con, I want to do that. Yeah. I want to see Star Wars Land open. Like, the day of, I want to be able to do that. Like you said, financially, money-wise, family, it may not happen.
Want to.
And here's the thing. If people will say to you, well, if you're a big enough fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. And it just doesn't work that way.
No.
Like, I'm a big enough fan, I would have loved to go to San Diego Comic-Con. Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. I'm a big enough fan, I would have loved to go to London for Star Wars Celebration.
Oh, God, yeah. You know what I did do, though? And it's a small thing, but I was actually there at Disney when they closed the original version of the Star Wars ride.
Oh, the original one.
The original Star Wars, you know,
with C-3PO and
R2.
Yeah.
When they did the last run of that, and the last day it was going to ever be open, before they revamped, closed it, and brought about the new version, which is cool, which is very cool. But I was there, and we rode it like 4 or 5 times that last night it was open. And that was something pretty sweet.
Yeah.
You can't get that back. You're never going to see that again.
And one of the things that we did for fun, going back to the biggest fan things, like, we actually thought about this. I think we went back and forth about this. Seeing The Killing Joke in the theater.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that type of event, like, literally, like, it came out one night, but it did so well, they added a second night. and it outdrew Jason Bourne.
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you what, those types of things are just cool. And am I a hugest Batman Joker fan in the world? No. Was it a great movie? Absolutely.
And you know what? If somebody told me, "Oh, I'm a huge Batman Joker fan," you can't be a bigger. And if I asked them, "Did you go see The Killing Joke in the theater?" Then, if they told me no, I'm not going to begrudge them for it.
No.
And I think that's what's going on now.
Yeah. Another form of class distinction.
Yeah.
Level of nerdery.
And that was one thing I think we all fought growing up was like, geez, if it ever became, I would never do that to anybody else. And here we are. We're doing it to
ourselves.
Yeah.
The worst type.
Yeah.
Self-loathing. It's awful stuff. That's a good point. I like that. I don't like it, but I like the point being made.
Yeah.
I think it talks to a lot of what's going on right now. And just enjoy it, for God's sake, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, the best time, to quote you, the best time to be a nerd is right now.
Oh, yeah. By far.
Best time to be a nerd is right now. So enjoy it. All right, Ernie.
I think I'm done.
I'm toast.
You're toast?
I'm toast.
Well, good thing I ate dinner while we were doing this podcast.
Yes, thank you. Rub it in. Why don't you? I haven't had dinner yet. Follow us. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. Two Nerds a Joke across the board, everybody. Come join us in our insanity. We do post stuff. I've stopped posting the cat things. Fine, whatever. You all suck.
We won! Another victory for us. Thank you.
Anywho, follow us, join us, be one with us. We want to see our fans. We want to hear your comments. As you saw, we did an episode, our last episode we did was all fan-based comments, conversations, and stuff you guys wanted to hear. We did it.
Throw it out there.
Throw it out there. We'll do it again.
And we made a lot of mistakes, so I'm expecting to hear a lot of call-outs.
Yeah, we always, you know what? We are not professionals.
And dang it, I keep saying it, we're not paid to do this. We're doing this
not.
on our own dime.
Yes, our own dime.
For you.
For you, because we care enough to hear ourselves talk and for you to listen.
Yeah, we want you guys to listen to us go back and forth. I gotta get that script out.
Yes, that's next.
Yes, that's next.
All right, next big thing. All right, guys, Two Nerds and a Joke. Ernie, if you will.
Peace out.